Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Report Card in collaboration with Ambitious Image. I'm your host, Ambitious Ace.
And your boy, Dame Diddy.
And today we're coming to you with our review of SpiderMan Homecoming, man. I mean, I'm a big SpiderMan fan, man. From all the way back. I mean, I may not have the best knowledge of comic books, but I grew up on the animated series, you know, back in the 90s. So I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I've been waiting for this. I enjoyed Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I enjoyed Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So it was nothing bad about them, but I just love Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire fucked up that third one, though.
Yeah, he did.
That was horrible.
It was really bad, especially the whole...
They forgot about him having a spider sense in that whole movie.
I ain't even think about that. Damn.
Yeah, like when Venom, like when Hobgoblin just came out and hit him out of there, I was like,
yeah,
he got a fucking spider sense.
Yeah,
like they did it the first movie,
right?
Because IGN was like, this is the first time that anybody acknowledged the fact that Spider-Man had a spider sense. I'm like, no, it's not. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. I love y'all though. But anyway, where we starting at, man? Because I got a lot to say. I wasn't looking forward to seeing the movie, but
right.
I did like the way Spider-Man was portrayed in Captain America.
Let's start off with the acting then.
As far as
actors, what you
what
like?
The hell is his name? Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Tom Holland. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I liked him as Spider-Man. Pretty witty. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of how Spider-Man is supposed to be. He's supposed to be super nerdy, always talking to himself, always asking questions and stuff while he's in the middle of fighting. That's like Spider-Man-esque.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire did that barely. I feel like Andrew Garfield, whatever his name is. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
I think he did his thing.
Yeah.
But they just fucked up with Electro. I don't know what they were smoking.
I agree.
But Tom Holland did his damn thing.
Yeah.
Didn't even hear his British accent the whole time.
I know. That was really good, too. Like, he really, like, embodied Peter. Like, when I see him in interviews, I'm still just so thrown off, but... He really changed his whole persona as Peter Parker. I thought he did amazing as that.
Yeah, and Micheal Keaton.
Yeah,
I love Micheal Keaton in this.
You did? I did too.
Yeah, I felt kind of like she did 1080. I saw Batman every time I looked at it. I just couldn't get it out of my head. I know some of the younger guys are like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
If y'all guys don't know, Micheal Keaton is the original Batman from the first two Batman movies. And to me, he's Batman.
Right.
Until Christian Bale took over.
Right.
But I like Christian Bale's Batman. I like Micheal Keaton's Batman. I like Micheal Keaton as a Vulture. And they tried to make him seem like the bad guy. But I never felt like he was really the bad guy because all of the stuff he said was facts.
And I think that's what made him a great villain, I guess, in terms of this movie, because... he actually had a drive, you know. He wasn't just doing stuff to just do it. Like, he had a purpose. He had a meaning. And...
Tony Stark looked more like a bad guy than he did.
True. And, I mean, that's what made it, make sense because, I mean, all of the things they've been addressing ever since Age of Ultron, you know, the whole superheroes just doing everything they want. Yeah, they saving place, but they tearing up the damn place. They're doing other stuff. That's, a really great... plot drive to go on, and I like how it built off on that. And I feel like he's one of the best MCU villains because he's actually had something that drove a villain. Like, I can't remember the last good villain out of any of the movies. I don't know about you. Like, there really wasn't no memorable villains.
You're right. When I think of the best villain in the Marvel universe so far, I think Killjoy from the Jessica Jones series, just because the idea of that and him pretty much terrorizing her mentally, and that was scary.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I guess he is the best.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you had
good villains that Spider-Man has, they don't nail them.
Yeah.
And hell, Kingpin on Daredevil was better than any Kingpin on a Spider-Man or anything like that.
I guess I was more disappointed with the take on Shocker. I mean, I didn't like that either. I wasn't disappointed with the actor, but they didn't really do nothing with him. They just made him a henchman. And unless
Shocker really is a escalate,
yeah, but he still had some kind of story to him,
Yeah, he only had one Shocker on top of that. I was
that too.
Y'all could have gave him 2 and gave him a suit.
I was surprised, they went 2 Shockers, I guess you could say, because they, spoiler alert, killed the first one.
That was funny though when he
it was though.
That was the anti-gravity gun.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that one's over there. that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
that was a pretty funny moment. I thought Zendaya did a dope job.
Yeah, man. I like her character. It was
Michelle.
Different, and it was
it's
just
not Mary Jane, guys. It's Michelle.
It was different. I like what she brought as far as chemistry to the whole group and stuff like that. I think that's what they showed off well. Like, a lot of people had their own personalities, and they blended in well. But the whole MJ thing, I don't know if that was needed. She could have just been Michelle.
Yeah, she could have.
I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to do, but it's going to upset a lot of fans. But I still like the character Michelle. I just don't think she needs to be MJ.
Yeah, I agree. I thought Danny Glover did a dope job.
Man. If you don't know how bad I was, just like in the theater, like, yo, Erica was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you don't understand. He said, I got a nephew that lives around here. As soon as he said that, I was going crazy. Now, I think it's going to happen, man.
What?
Miles Morales, man. Somewhere down the line, it's going to happen.
So his name is Davis, though.
He's
Aaron
his uncle.
Davis. What, Aaron Davis?
He's the Prowler.
Oh.
He's the Prowler. And in the Ultimate comics, he's Miles' uncle, and he does something where I think he goes and steals something or something like that, and a radioactive spider gets in his bag. He goes home or somewhere like that, and Miles gets bit by the spider, and that's how he gets his powers.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
I thought you knew that. Yeah, because it kind of played full circle, because if y'all don't know, like many years ago, like 7-8 years ago, Donald was like campaigning for being a black Spider-Man and everything like that, and a lot of people followed it, was trying to get it behind and get it to happen.
But Sony said that there's no plans. They said,
yeah, then
cartoon.
But I forget the name. I was just reading the article. They was like, we got to get Donald in Homecoming somehow. We got to get him in there, and then he was like, yeah, we got to. And it's just kind of dope because I feel like it came full circle. He was campaigning to be Spider-Man, but now he's playing the actor who could possibly bring the Black Spider-Man to the universe. So I thought it was pretty cool how they played that. But yeah, look up more on Aaron Davis and the Prowler.
How did you feel about young Mary J? I mean, not Miss. What the hell is her name? May. Aunt May. How do you feel about a young Aunt May?
I know
people
cool.
were pretty upset about this.
In
Captain America movie, but
on that, I was having a conversation with a friend, and I was saying that I appreciate them trying to take new directions, because I'm at the point where, like, even though I don't have like that much comic book history, every entry in the MCU I take as a new comic book story, okay? And it's like, we're not going to get everything that we saw in the comics, we saw on the TV shows. They want to grab an audience, they want to grab the comic book readers, and they want to grab the public. They want to create a new story. They don't want to just go by something that's already been made. So I appreciate the risks and the different areas they're trying to change. Young May, I had no problem with. I thought it was appropriate for the time frame, for Peter Parker, the character. And, I guess you kind of say the whole flirting jokes, I guess, with her was a little bit much, but it was kind of funny, though.
Yeah, because she's kind of like a younger aunt. So.
Yeah, but I appreciate it, man. I mean, they're trying to, stand out from the other, 5 Spider-Man films that there are already. They got to do something different. They can't do the same things. So I appreciate that.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Because I know my answer is probably going to be controversial. How did you feel about Tony Stark's?
Just in this movie?
In the movie. I mean, we're talking about acting still, so I feel it'd be a good time to bring it up.
I feel like it was necessary. I feel like it's still essential to the plot they've been building off of Civil War. Now the people may not like it, him being the mentor role and all like that, but I enjoyed it, and it made sense in the context of the story of the MCU. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that's like, oh, he shouldn't have been the mentor. He shouldn't have been giving them all this stuff. Peter Parker had to learn this on his own and all this other stuff like that. But in the context of the MCU, I think it worked out perfectly.
I'm over Robbie Downey Jr.
Yeah.
I want him to go. I want him to be dead. Not the real life actor.
I feel you, but I think that's what it's leading to.
I'm so over this fucking guy. I'm so tired of him.
I mean, but I really think that's what it's leading to, because you go back to Age of Ultron. Remember that dream sequence he had? You know, he's getting all these visions, all these feelings, and this is like, what, his 7th outing as Iron Man? 7th or 8th?
I'm just tired.
We got Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, both of the Avengers movies, Civil War, and this one. So he's going to do 2 more, because Avengers Infinity War is a 2-part movie. So he's got to be close to being done.
I hope so.
So I think,
just like I was tired of fucking Logan, Hugh Jackman being Wolverine. I'm tired of.
Well, I think
it's time for a younger actor show.
Yeah, I think it's a good, it's a good arc to what they've been building. And if the Avengers Infinity War is the conclusion to this whole build up, I think it'll be a good way for him to go out, because Spider-Man could be that next bridge,
I do want to say I do think Robbie Downey Jr. is doing a hell of a job acting the role.
Right.
But I'm just tired of seeing him.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, you're taking up too much screen time, too much conversation with Spider-Man.
The thing though is the promotion for Homecoming concluded Tony a lot, but he was not in the movie a lot. So I was pleased with that.
About 4 times. Maybe 5.
Yeah, but he wasn't like, everybody thought he was going to be stealing the show.
He did
all the time.
The scenes he was there, he stole the show.
But still, though, it didn't completely take over the movie, though.
Like when the whole bridge scene, like I was pissed when he came, because I was like, really, you're telling me he couldn't fucking handle that by himself? that really pissed me off. Like that's probably where I was just like, okay, I'm fucking done with Tony Stark being in here.
But it kind of makes sense though, because he's still new at doing this. Spider-Man still new to doing this, but and he's still kind of like, he's not like responsible with, I think they were trying to do that, with great power comes great responsibility. But they didn't want to say it. They didn't want to say it. They wanted to show it.
Control. And then they made Tony Stark show up.
I mean, he didn't have that. He didn't have that bolt under control. I don't think he could have helped that. There was some
other stuff he could have done to get it.
But he doesn't know that. You got to think, he's still a 14, 15-year-old kid.
We don't know that he don't know that.
I mean, I think it worked out. I love the dynamic between, Tony and Peter, man. I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty cool how Tony was like out on vacation and was controlling one of his suits. I thought that was pretty funny. But
and I hated Happy. I just want to throw that out there.
I mean, I'd say Happy was just there to be the bridge.
He was there entirely too much.
But they couldn't give that Tony that much screen time, so they had to give somebody else that much screen time.
It was so annoying.
Yeah.
Call Happy. Stop talking to that guy. Just do you. But as far as the acting goes, man, I thought the acting in this movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So as far as the acting, I gave it a 93.
Okay, cool. I gave it a 90.
And next is the plot.
Yeah.
Now, I actually enjoyed a lot of the plot of this movie. As far as, how I feel about it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked the whole idea of them skipping over the origin story
that
and
was
pretty much starting
a big plus, because man, I mean,
I love how they started him with him that
was a nice touch. And I actually went back and watched that scene today, because I was like, let me see if this stuff actually matches up. And it kind of does. Yeah,
that was pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
He says he's up there getting ready in a hotel, waiting, like, I'm about to go out there and steal Captain America's shield. Like, that was pretty, and then you just see him flying from Ant-Man. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. And I just thought it was funny because every time they went to Zendaya, it was always awkward.
Yeah.
Or Michelle. It was always awkward. It was just, she would always say some awkward thing. I like Liz a lot. Yeah. I liked her role. Never seen her before in any other movie. She did a good job. Nad was pretty cool. Flash was a dick like he's supposed to be.
Yo, listen, let me get on that. I don't like this iteration of Flash. I don't know what they're trying to do. I'm used to Flash being the jock bully. He was just another nerd bullying another nerd. I don't know.
What's wrong with that?
But I just didn't like it. It seemed corny. I mean, penis Parker, like for real, man. Like
yeah, it was corny.
That's the best thing to come up with. But yeah, Ned was real cool though. I think they had a real cool relationship, and I like that.
Yeah, especially I thought it was funny a couple of times on like in the elevator when he's like, "All right, big kid, stop moving around." That was pretty funny.
Yo, what you think about his Batman voice, man?
That was kind of funny. And like
Aaron Davis.
Aaron Davis, yeah, kind of set him straight. Like, yo, you gotta get this interrogation thing down, the superhero thing down, man, because you need some work.
Yeah,
and that was pretty funny. I liked all of the mistakes of him. Like just going around the city, like falling and hitting his face. Him sticking the guy that was
running through the neighborhoods,
helping
breaking
old ladies.
things.
Yeah, because I was just like, this gives you the friendly neighborhood Spider feel.
And
like
also, it gives you like that feeling like Spider-Man, even though he's a superhero, he still has to figure out methods of getting around. Like I liked how they showed that. Like that was pretty dope. Like he was running across the field when he saw that explosion at the party.
Yeah, that was great.
Like
because I was seriously thinking like every time we watched a Marvel thing, a movie or anything, it always bothered me. There was always something for him to sling off of. And it's
exactly.
Like, that's not true.
Right.
It's not always like that. But that was cool when he went and like
and it just went out.
He had to start running. It's like, man, it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's just like that was good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He could have used that other thing where he shoots something and pulls himself.
Yeah.
To it. But it's cool that they added that.
Yeah.
It makes you. I feel like all of that stuff grounded it way more than anything.
Yeah.
They made it seem more grounded.
And I think that's a big point too. Like this was a real grounded Spider-Man film. Like, I know the Homecoming was kind of like the added touch, but it really got you to see the Peter Parker side of his struggle of dealing with being, a hero and a student, a friend, family member, all that stuff. And like, usually movies kind of corny that in, but it felt real here. Like when he went to the Homecoming and, how did you feel about the Vulture, Micheal Keaton, figuring out everything in the car?
I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I thought that was really dope.
It caught me off guard that he was Liz's father. I did not see that coming at all.
I didn't either. I thought that was
Spoiler
real nice.
alert.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're watching a review, you should have watched the movie.
Yeah, but I felt that was nice. Like I was just like, yo, like that just adds a whole nother level. And it played into everything that he's been doing because, he always ditched her. He had to go do what he had to do and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, he about to ditch her one more time. And, that was going to be the breaking point. So I thought that was pretty cool.
She's going to come back and be a villain at some point.
We'll see if she finds out.
She kind of just ran away crying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's more heartbroken than anything.
And then he said, if I knew who she was, he'd be dead. And then he's like, your family's here to see you.
Yeah. That was a nice tease with Scorpion too, though. You know that was Scorpion, right?
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't notice.
That was Scorpion. So that leads me to think, like, are they trying to build on the whole Sinister Six thing?
So how are we supposed to know that was Scorpion, though?
I just know it was, and I looked at the credits, and it's Scorpion. But I could tell because he had the tattoo on his neck. I don't know if you caught that.
What kind of tattoo was it?
It was a scorpion.
Oh, no, I didn't.
And I just could tell by the deformity in his face and everything like that. I was like, that's Scorpion. But yeah, man, the plot, I thought it was great. I only kind of questions I have about the plot, even though it was great, I gave it a 95. Only thing I'm kind of weird on is the time, because supposedly the Avengers was supposed to take place in 2012. But when you look at the beginning of the movie, it says
8 years ago?
8 years later or whatever. So would that make this movie in 2020? Or is this movie supposed to be in 2016?
I feel like it's 2007.
Because I'll share the link with you later, but there's a link where it goes to how this might be a plot hole for the whole MCU. Because technically the first Avengers film was supposed to take place in 2012. But that movie made it seem like it took place in 2008. So if this is 2016, are they like retconning the whole Avengers timeline?
I don't know.
So that's the only kind of thing. And, you know, what we was talking about with the whole Avengers facility and everything like that.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to, like, watch it again or go wiki it and see if somebody figured it out. But, you know, they were talking as if everything has already happened and all that. So, but other than that, I thought the plot was great, man. It was a great start.
The plot was pretty good. I gave it a 90.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good. So I like the plot a lot. But my final grade ain't gonna reflect how I feel on the other two, on all three spheres. I just want to throw that out there right now.
Okay, gotcha.
So what we got next?
Cinematography, man.
I like the way it was shot.
It was beautiful.
I like the locations. One of my favorite things was when Tony was in India.
Yeah.
Was that India? I feel like it was India.
Probably.
But that was pretty dope. I thought that was cool. I like the whole school trying to use Captain America videos to kind of like pep talk everybody into doing everything. And I love how Coach had pointed out one time, hey, man, I feel like he's a domestic criminal or something.
Yeah, he was like, but I got to show these. It's in the curriculum or something, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the way it was shot. I like all the locations. The one part that I thought was shot pretty badly was when he was fighting Vulture on top of the plane.
Yeah.
It was too dark.
Yeah.
And it's in the movie theater, and maybe it was because I didn't see the IMAX version.
No,
it wasn't clear
I agree. Yeah.
what was going on at all times. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
If it had some more light for somewhere, it would have looked much better. But, yeah, I kind of felt like that scene could have been handled much better. I thought it was cool, though, because Spider-Man in the air like that, he's kind of limited. And he handled himself pretty well up there.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I thought I was going to be disappointed by Vulture's wings when I saw earlier on that it wasn't really, it was just a suit. It's just like, man, y'all keep doing this. I understand y'all got to ground it.
Outfit was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it pretty much was. I'm still confused on how they made it because it didn't look like they used the alien tech to make his suit. So I was just like, so y'all only using the alien tech for y'all weapons and not his suit? Because y'all could have probably made his suit way more crazier.
True.
Thought it was cool that he always put on a leather coat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He kind of had like a flight mask that had green lights. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
But one of my problems, and I probably should have brought this up when we were talking about the plot, is when y'all make things happen just to make sure that they happen. And what I say when I'm talking about is like when they were moving the stuff from Stark facilities to the new facility. It's just like, I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They got all this high-tech shit. The plane has no blind spots. What the fuck are you talking about flying a blind spot?
I ain't think about that.
Yeah, it's like there's no way I would have been able to hijack this shit. Yeah. You know, because hell, we just saw S.H.I.E.L.D. and nobody was able to find the fucking plane, period, until it came uncloaked. Yeah. So you're not about to sit here and look at it through fucking lenses, even though it's cloaked, still saying that you see it. Right. And it was just like, that was definitely a hole. Yeah. And it was just like, I was just like, what the fuck ever. Y'all needed. Y'all conveniently let this happen so y'all can continue the movie. Right. But aside from that, them fighting on the beach was dope. Never seen like a fight scene for a movie where they're fighting on an actual beach. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. Spider-Man trying to save him, you know, trying to get him out of the suit before it blew up because he was just so, you know, everything was pretty dope as far as that.
And I think that's what made him like not tell his identity in the end. I think even though he got caught, he still got some respect for Peter because one, he saved his daughter and he saved him. So I think that was pretty cool. But I love the way the movie was shot, man. One of my favorite scenes from the movie was the whole Spider-Man against the Avengers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I like how that whole scene was shot. It was pretty cool. And just how everything made him feel like, you know, he's a superhero, but he's still learning. I thought they captured that really well. Because after 2 franchises of, you know, learning about what Spider-Man can do and what he can do, it's still fresh. And the way they shot everything from how he swing, from how he how he stole that Flash car. I thought that was pretty funny.
Especially when he was crashing and everything. Yeah, he was leaving with it.
Yeah, I thought just how everything was shot, like it was just good for Spider-Man. And you know, I feel like it left a lot of room, you know, for more films to go, and I'm excited for where it can go. But one things we didn't talk about was the suit, man. What was your feelings on the suit? Because I love the suit, man.
I didn't like it.
What was up?
I didn't like the fact that, and that's the problem. It's like you look at comic books, you know. As far as I know, the only suit that Iron Man gave Spider-Man was the Iron Spider suit, which is a really dope fucking suit. If you Google it, it looks pretty dope. Kind of has 5 legs. Kind of has like, well, it's like Dr. Octopus in a sense. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't like it. I liked it as far as like him talking to the suit and stuff like that. But it also took away from the fact that Spider-Man always talked to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It like he always, like nobody's there to respond. He just talks to himself. I understand this is a different age, but I just like the regular spider suit with regular web, not no fucking taser web, no explosive grenade web bombs and shit like that. It's cool that they added that stuff. Like I'm not like, I like the drone aspect. That was pretty cool. Yeah. But overall, I was just like, come on, man, y'all don't need this fucking suit. Like, I just want to see Spider-Man. I don't need, and it made it necessary for Tony Stark to keep showing up, in my opinion. Yeah. And I was just like, get him the fuck out of it. I'm telling you, I didn't want to see Tony Stark no more. After the second time, I was like, get this dude the fuck about it. I don't want to see him no more.
I feel you. But like
you like the suit though.
I loved it, man. Like, I just like, I don't know, maybe it's just because it gets to show like, you know, maybe it'll get along down the line where Peter will make his own adjustments to the suit and he won't need Tony for everything.
See, that's the thing. You see, Spider-Man always made his own suit.
Yeah,
it's like
I can see
trial and error of him messing.
I can see
stuff.
where that takes. So I guess I was just too excited for the suit to actually pay attention to the fact that
now he's
Peter
too
used to
dependent.
Do that. Yeah.
On Iron Man. Iron Man. So what happens when fucking Robbie Downey Jr. is done with the character? Are they
that's what
use
I'm saying.
Iron Man that much?
I hope not. Hopefully, this is just planting the seeds for Peter to just, you know, do his own thing. That's what I hope.
Because it kind of reminds me of like the DC universe, but I feel like DC uses it right. Like anytime Star Labs has a update, Cisco does it, but Felicity sent some stuff over to help. Every time Team Arrow needs something done, Felicity kind of helped, but Cisco's the one that sent the renovations for her to follow over.
Gotcha. And
it's cool because it's like it's a collaboration thing. Here it's just his friend did a couple hacks to unlock stuff that Iron Man had already put into the suit.
The training wheels.
Yeah, the training wheel program.
I thought that was pretty funny though.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess on that note, that's a good point because when you look back at it, Peter always thought of something to fight against, you know, further advance the suit, his abilities, and the opponents he may have been facing. So I guess that's going to be a big thing to worry about for the next sequels and after Avengers. Cause
they said Iron Man's not going to be in the next one for sure. They said it's going to be somebody else. And I'm like, oh, come on, man.
I hope when they say that, it means like another supporting hero, maybe minor. I don't want nobody to completely take the show away from him.
Absolutely not.
Hopefully it'll be somebody, I don't know.
But I do say, as far as how it was shot, I give it a 92. I thought it was shot great.
Yeah, I gave it a 93.
From the plane scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But overall, man, what you think?
Overall, I gave it 88. And it's like, if you average out 3 scores I said, it doesn't make sense to you. I understand.
Yeah.
But how I felt after it was over with, and like even at points at the movie, there were points where I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you know, like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I can't express how much I did not like Iron Man being in this shit. It was just like a couple, like 1 or 2 appearances, cool.
Yeah.
But he had about, I want to say, at least 10 minutes of screen time. You know, happy.
Hey,
I was so fucking over happy after the second time. You know what I'm saying? Like his friend Nad was so cool. I feel like they should have had more time with him. Zendaya, I feel like they got the right amount of time with her.
Yeah.
Him and Liz, I wish they kind of explored the relationship a little bit more because she never really showed anything to hint that she liked him. Right. It was just him just staring at her for the most part. And I felt like it could have focused just more on him and his friend. I thought their relationship was really cool and they could have spent more time with that. Hey man,
any friend that will tell a teacher that they're watching porn for you, that's a true friend.
Yeah. It was like he couldn't, like, I liked the way he used that because it was just like, him doing that was basically admitting that he was doing something wrong, and they probably weren't going to further look into what he was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he would have told them what they were doing. They would have been taking all the computers, looking into it. But him saying, I'm watching porn, they're kind of like, okay.
Yeah, okay. We get it. Get out. Just go.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. But overall, man, I'd recommend everybody to go check the movie out. It's a pretty good movie. You're probably not going to feel how I feel unless... If you wanted if you wanted Hugh Jackman out, you probably want Tony Stark's out.
Well, you sound much better than my friend did. He was just completely bashing the movie.
No, it was a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You know what he related it to?
What?
He said this version of Spider-Man is Teen Titans Go.
No.
And I was like, bro, you taking it too far, man.
What I will say though is I feel like the movie was aimed at teens.
Yeah.
With some adult content in it,
mm-hmm.
and if you're an adult that likes comic books, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But if you got a kid that's probably under 8, don't bring them because they're not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I can agree.
Unless they
got bored at the talking parts, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, man. Well, I gave it a 92, man. I thought it was a great entry into the MCU. I think it's going to propel things forward. And I think they just, not to say anything wrong about Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, but it's just something about Tom Holland that just captures Peter Parker and Spider-Man so well. And I'm happy, they casted him. Well, that's been our review for Spider-Man, man.
Yep, long as hell.
Just continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Be on the lookout for some more reviews here and there.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Power tomorrow. And don't forget to check out our music reviews. And yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, next week with Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you just reminded me about that.
You slipping, man.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that'll be the next one to do.
Yeah, man. Power, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. All right, y'all stay tuned.
Man, stay tuned, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.